What's up guys, this is Roshni Sangvi. I'm a plant-based sports nutritionist and a body transformation specialist. Today we're going to talk about top 5 eating habits among Indian women which could be the cause of PCOS. Now, PCOS is a genetic mutation. You don't need to have a gene for PCOS for the symptoms to manifest. But to turn the gene on or off is in your hands. It's a lifestyle choice. You bring in lifestyle changes, you bring in nutritional changes, you keep the gene off forever. Let's discuss some of the eating habits which could cause PCOS symptoms. Number 1 is excess dairy consumption. And this is for 2 reasons. The first reason among the two is high estrogen content. When you have symptoms of PCOS, you have excess estrogen, the female sex hormone, and androgens, the male sex hormone, which leads to symptoms like facial hair and irregular periods, even thickening of the uterine lining, your uterus lining, which causes heavy cramps and heavy menstrual cycle pain. To get rid of all this, you need to reduce your estrogen and androgen levels in the body. Dairy products are naturally very high in estrogen. Dairy cows, or the cows which are used for dairy milk, they are impregnated 9 out of 12 months in a year. They are constantly impregnated baby after baby to keep the milk production high, and they are constantly given injections of hormones such as growth hormones, oxytocin, and even female sex hormones, estrogen, to increase the production of milk by the dairy farms. All of this makes its way into your body and you have excess estrogen levels, which leads to symptoms of PCOS. The second reason dairy products manifest as PCOS symptoms is they are very high in AGE, or advanced glycation end product. I've written an entire blog about this. I'm going to link it below and I highly suggest you read the same. But dairy products like milk, cheese, butter, ghee, paneer, all of these are very, very high in something called AGE. This compound, AGE, leads to PCOS symptoms by causing insulin resistance, by causing oxidation, and by causing inflammation in the body. All of these are very, very bad for you. And if you continue consuming dairy products, then your PCOS symptoms keep getting worse and worse. So what's the solution to this? It's really very, very simple. If you look at an Indian food, mostly it does not have dairy products. We add the dairy products from top. Like we always put ghee on our chapati, and we have a glass of buttermilk, or we have curds on the side. Replace this with non-dairy alternative. You don't have to give up on these dairy products, but just replace it with non-dairy alternative. Try a plant-based ghee, or coconut butter or coconut oil if you have to put something on your rotis. Try peanut curd or almond curd or soy curd, and recipes for this will be linked below. I have a recipe on how to make almond milk at home, how to make peanut curd, soy curds at home. These are also very easily available in the market. Do your research and start replacing one item at a time, at least when you're cooking and eating at home. When you go out and you don't have a choice and you have to indulge in a little bit of non-dairy products, it's okay. But at least when you're eating it at home and you instantly see a difference in how your body reacts, stop dairy products. That's the first reason. Number 2 is not consuming food enough in fiber content. If you look at your plate, you're not eating enough fiber. And this is very, very important. Ideally, you should be consuming about 50 grams of fiber per day. I'll break this down and tell you what exactly does 50 gram what adds up to 50 gram. But first, let's understand why this is important. Now, if you do have excess estrogen and excess androgens in the body, all of the excess hormones are sent to your liver to be flushed out or detoxed out by the body. The liver gathers all these extra hormones and sends it to your gut or your stomach or your digestive system. And from the digestive system, they should be ideally thrown out from the body. That's how the body naturally works. But the digestive system can only flush out excess hormones if there is fiber present in the digestive system. What exactly is fiber? First of all, animals don't make fiber. So you cannot. Meat, eggs, dairy has zero fiber. It has no fiber. So if you have to eat fiber, it has to be through plant-based food like lentils and beans and pulses and vegetables and fruits. If you're not having enough of this, you're not consuming enough fiber. If you're not consuming enough fiber, then the liver will send all these excess hormones to the gut to be thrown out. But because of the lack of fiber, all the hormones will be sent back into the liver, and it continues this cycle. This reduces your metabolism. It takes a toll on your liver health and is overall not good for you, because your estrogen and androgen levels will continue to be high in the body, which will continue to manifest in terms of your PCOS symptoms. So you have to be consuming enough fiber. Let me exactly break it down how 50 grams or what exactly is 50 grams. You could of course meet a nutritionist or a dietitian to exactly measure how much does 50 grams of fiber per day look like, or just make sure you're consuming 5 servings of vegetables, 3 servings of fruits and 2 to 3 servings of lentils or beans per day minimum. On top of this, there's also grains like rice and wheat and millets and all of that. But at least 5 servings of vegetables, 3 servings of fruits and 2 to 3 servings of lentils or beans minimum per day. Pause this video, think about your day. How much have you consumed so far? What about yesterday? And that probably is why you're watching this video. And that probably is why you had PCOS symptoms. So meet a nutritionist to help you figure out your fiber content or start adding more fiber to your daily meals. And of course, cut down dairy products. Number 3. Irregular eating habits. With most Indian women, or I think women all around the world really, think about it. What did you have for breakfast? It probably is whatever you made for your kid. Or it probably is whatever was left over from the lunch you packed for your spouse or your parents or someone else. If I even ask most women during consultation what their favorite food is, they have to sit back and think for like 2 or 3 minutes. Most women don't think about their likes or dislikes. They mostly are just eating whatever is left over with other people's food. Also, irregular food habits. Most women are juggling with jobs and relationship and house and multiple different roles. So they tend to skip breakfast, they tend to skip lunch. All of this irregular eating habits causes uneven insulin or glycogen spike in the body. So your body doesn't really know when it's hungry and when it's not hungry and when it's craving and when it has temptation. The easiest way to fix this is sit down and make a meal plan for the entire week. 1 hour per day, 1 week, every single week, maybe a Saturday or Sunday, sit down and invest that time in terms of grocery shopping and meal prepping and meal planning. It makes a huge difference in terms of your eating habits. Simple things you can do is maybe chop up your vegetables for the entire week and keep it in the freezer together. It's fine. Frozen vegetables have as much nutrient content as fresh cut vegetables. All you have to do on that particular day is saute or stir fry them, add some spices and you're good to go. You could probably also do this with lentils and beans. Soak it for 2 to 3 days together and keep it in the fridge. So you have something like you can pop up a quick salad for yourself, but at least you're mindfully eating food which is good for you instead of just grabbing something which is readily available around you. Number 4, excess body weight, and this is very, very dangerous to you. Let me explain how. Now, it is said that women who are lean could also have PCOS, and this is very, very true. But that does not mean that women who are lean do not carry excess body weight. Let me explain this to you. If you look at body weight, there's 2 different kinds. There's subcutaneous fat, or the fat layer right beneath your skin. This is superficial. This is when you see people who are obese, and you can see the fat layer below their skin. But there's something called visceral fat. Visceral fat is the fat layer around your organs, leading to things like cholesterol, heart diseases, which you can't see it in a person, but the person might have visceral fat and not subcutaneous fat. You could go to a good gym and get a body composition analysis test done, which shows you your fat percentage. Ideally for women, you want to stay around the 18 to 22% body fat. If you're anything over that, even if you're lean, that could manifest as PCOS symptoms. Now, extra fat cells or triglyceride cells in the body don't just sit there. They are literally, every single one of these cells is literally like a hormone factory. The more excess triglyceride fat cells you have, the more production of hormones you have. They literally spit out excess estrogens and androgens. Fat cells are giving out excess hormones in your body. And if you want to control the activity of excess hormones, you have to reduce your fat cells. The other way this acts is, if you have excess body fat, then the activity of something called SHBG, sex hormone binding globulin, in your body reduces. SHBG is a hormone which is good for you. The higher SHBG you have, estrogen and androgens stay in control. The lower SHBG you have, these hormones don't stay in control. But if you have excess body fat, SHBG activity automatically reduces. Easiest way to fix most PCOS symptoms, and this is for people who are lean and for obese, is to cut and get rid of visceral fat. This has to come with an overall lifestyle management. It's not about eating less, because with most people you're probably already eating less and it's still you don't seem to be losing weight. The reason for that is pretty simple really actually. It's not about eating less, it's about how your body processes whatever calories you're eating. You know, people who eat a lot and get away with it, only reason is whatever food they're eating, their body does not store it as fat cells, their body stores it as glycogen instead of fat cells. But for people who try to eat very less and they're still obese, it's not to do with calories as much as to do with how your body is storing these foods. So work with a nutritionist, find out why this is happening and how do you fix it. Not about eating less, especially in the case of PCOS. Because if you continue eating less, your stress hormone cortisol and your metabolism, your stress hormone will go up and your metabolism will come down, and this is going to make your PCOS symptoms worse. So work with a nutritionist and find out, but losing body fat is extremely important because this will help you get rid of a lot of your PCOS symptoms. Number 5, the last one, is eating unwanted, unnecessary supplements in the name of health, and this is very, very dangerous for the body. I remember walking into one of these health stores in the US sometime back, and there was this entire, like a sort of entire, a section of the store dedicated towards menopausal menopausal multivitamins, and I was surprised that there's so many brands out there selling things in the name of health. You don't need a multivitamin. You need a well-structured nutritional program to help you meet your daily vitamin and mineral needs. A very classic example which I tend to give people is with iron. Now, consuming too much iron is dangerous for the body. It leads to symptoms like insulin resistance, Alzheimer's, diabetes, multiple different symptoms. Consuming too less iron is bad for the body too, because too less iron has been associated with anemia, feeling of weakness, and multiple other symptoms. If you go to a doctor and you say that you're feeling weak and you probably are anemic and hemoglobin levels are low, the doctor is not going to sit and design a nutrition plan for you to make sure you're getting enough iron. The doctor is just going to prescribe you an iron supplement and ask you to take it for the next 2 years. The problem with the supplement is multiple times supplements are related with reduced longevity, that means reduced lifespan, and you don't even know about it. In fact, iron specifically has been related to cancer. And this is not with iron, with multiple other supplements. Also, supplements very rarely act by themselves individually. Supplements are interdependent, like vitamin D depends on calcium intake, and multiple supplements depend on each other for their intake. So you can't really take one single individual supplement in the name of health. So popping different pills as a way to fix your nutritional deficiency is a very, very bad idea. You would rather go to someone who will help you design a nutrition plan which will help you understand the kind of nutrients you're lacking in your diet and how do you get it through food and not through supplements and not through pills. So that's it. Those are my top 5 eating habits which could probably be the cause for PCOS in Indian women. I do hope this video helps you out because 1 in 20 women in India are affected with PCOS, and with a lot of clients I work with, simple lifestyle changes and they start seeing that their symptoms reverse and they feel much, much better. So yeah, PCOS is not permanent. It is not something you have to live with for the rest of your life. You do have a gene for PCOS, that's it. To turn the gene off, it still is in your hands, and there are many people in the world who have the gene for PCOS and the symptoms never manifest because of the lifestyle they're living. So don't get discouraged. Next time someone says you have PCOS and you can live with it for the rest of your life. No, you don't have to live with it for the rest of your life. You don't have to have painful periods. You don't have to go through troubled fertility. You can have children, and you definitely don't have to have irregular periods. You can control all of this. I hope this video helped you guys out. If it did, please comment below, leave a like, it gives me motivation to make more videos, and share it with a friend or family who definitely needs to see this and help someone out today. Cheers guys, thank you so much for watching. Bye.